Okay, Dami, let me do a short video for you. I'll use someone's account and I'll use emacs as an example. Okay, let's assume this is your screen. I just did the quiz for the person here. Now, I want to do the first task. Let's start from the instructions so that you know how you answer it whenever you have any project or task. Now, from the top here, you can see resources. Then this under the resources, and you will see materials will be attached to it. So I'm meant to click this link so you get a grasp of what you're supposed to do. Do you understand? So always click on this to get the concept of the task ahead. So the material there, the knowledge you should have, you should be able to answer these questions. What is emacs? Who is Richard Storm? All these questions you're seeing. And then plagiarism, you don't do copy and paste so that your work will not be flagged. Now, in this particular task, what are the requirements? These are the requirements you're meant to read. Take your time and read it properly. All tasks must be done inside the sandbox. That is why you either use your web terminal, or if you want to use your git bash, you link your sandbox, you link your git bash to your sandbox the way I taught you. Now, your sandbox must be available at the end of this project. What this means is that when you are done, on no condition should you click on destroy. Let me show you. See this? Can you see this destroy? Don't ever click on it, because what it means is that after you are done working and you've used your own checker to check and it has told you 100% done. Now if you destroy it, because there will be a second checker that will check it once it's the first deadline. So now if you destroy your sandbox, that means everything you've done will be deleted, to be cleared. Do you understand? That's what it means. So you are not meant to click on this button at all. In fact, don't even click it at all. You don't have any reason to click on it. You can always restart it, voila. But don't click on destroy. You don't destroy your sandbox. Okay, now having said that, now let's check on the other instructions. Now the answer of a task must be in a specific file. That means you have to create a file and put the answer in it. Now each answer file must contain only the command to execute in emacs for solving the task. Example, what is a command to write buffer to a specified file? Do you understand? Now the command to write buffer to a specified file is this: Ctrl X, Ctrl W. This is how you write it. C in capital letter minus X, then C in capital letter minus W. Do you understand? Now let me do one as an example for you. Now follow me. Okay, now I don't want to use web terminal. I want to use git bash just in case there's network issue. So I'm just going to copy my SSH. I will enter with SSH. Can you see? Enter. Now let me take the password too. Okay, now I've copied the okay. Now I've created the password. Now I'm inside my web terminal. Now the first thing you will do is this: check the instruction. It's always there. ALX is always clear on instruction. They say navigate to root file. How do you navigate? You enter root file. That means you do cd / look at this terminal / root. That's the instruction. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. Do you understand? That's the first thing you're supposed to do. Navigate to root file. So I click enter. Can you see this? Initially, before I entered root directory, there was a / here. So but immediately I entered root directory, it changed to this. So you can see that means I'm inside root file. Now what is the next instruction? The next instruction is that create a directory named 0x02 _ emacs. So how do you do that? If you've checked your Linux material, you should know that you create directory with mkdir. Then I'll put the directory name here. That's 0x02 _ emacs. emacs. Can you see it now? I press enter. I've created a file. Now for me to confirm if I've created it or not, I'll just do ls to check. Enter. Can you see it now? Can you see the emacs directory? Now that means I've done this. I'm done with it. That's all I'm supposed to do. Now let me check if it's okay or not. Can you see it checked everything? So once you click on check your code and you click on start a new test, if everything is okay, it will mark everything and everything will be green. As you can see it now. Check 0, it's checked. Check 1, it's checked. Check 2, it's checked. That means I'm done. So by the time everything is checked and you click on close, this done that you're looking at here will be ticked automatically. That means everything is fine. You can now move on to the next task. Okay, now let me try and do the next task for you so that you have an idea. After this one I will stop. Now what's the command to open a file within emacs? I can't really remember, so let me just search on Google. So it is that command you will put in a file there. Now okay, cxcf, that's the command to open a file. cxcf. Now let's read the instruction. They said write the answer into the file. Now look at this. /root/0x02_emacs. That means there should be a file. You're supposed to create a file. This file named opening inside the root directory, inside the directory you created. If you remember the first step here, we created a directory named 0x02emacs. Do you understand? So that means you are still inside that directory. Look at it here. So that means you are still, the first task told us to just create a directory, and that was what we did. Now I'm going to enter the directory I created for me to do the second task. Now how do I do that? cd 0x02_emacs. That's enter. Can you see I'm inside that directory now? So that means I've done the first thing. I've entered root. I was inside root folder before. Now I've entered emacs. Do you understand? So now the next thing for me to do is I should create a file named opening. Then I should now write the command that we use to open a file inside emacs. I will now write it inside this file called opening. So how do you do that? There are shortcuts to this, but I wouldn't advise you to take any shortcut. Do you understand? So now you can actually create a file automatically by doing this. Opening, that's the name of the file I'm creating. Then I'll now write that. I'm not telling it to write to open it with emacs. So emacs will be opened automatically with a file named opening. Now let's try this. Okay, it should be the other way around. Emacs first, then the name of the file next. You write emacs first, then you put the name of the file I'm creating. Do you understand? Now click on this. Can you see now? New file. It has opened it. Do you understand? Now what's the command to open a file within emacs? cxcf. That is the command to open a file, and that is exactly what I'm going to type inside. Capital letter C -X, then cxcf, small letter f. Let's check again. Okay, now we are good. So now I'm going back to git bash. Let me check to be sure everything is fine. So now I will save it. trying to check. I want to confirm the file is actually in the directory, but it seems there's a network issue. It's not responding. Okay, I think there's a network issue. Let me just refresh. Let me refresh the browser. Then I might probably need to close and reopen this bash. Okay, it's not responding. This is what I will do. I will close it and I will reopen it. I will reopen it. Okay, so let me quickly do this again. I don't want the video to be long, but I want you to actually see the way it works. You know, we've done the first task and it was successful, so I want to show you how to do one of the main tasks so that you will see how it's done. Okay, okay, now so I'm going into the roots directory, then I'm going into the emacs that I was in before it earned. Okay, now underscore. Okay, now I'm in. Now let's check if the file I created is there. Can you see opening now? Now if I want to confirm the content of the file, all I need to do is use CAT, then the file name, then click on it. Can you see now? CXCF. So I think I'm good. Now what is the next I'm supposed to do? Okay, let's just reopen it to be sure. I want to reopen the file to be sure of what is inside. Okay, it's actually okay. Okay, now what's the next thing? I've inputted the command to open a file within Emacs. Now if you want to check, if you want to be sure your what is it called now, how will I call it now, the answer you actually inputted is correct, all you have to do is, you see this command, just copy it this way, copy it, then paste it on your terminal, then enter. It should give you the same response you are seeing here, this response. Once you get the same response, then you are very sure, you're 100% sure you are fine. Can you compare it? Can you see it now? -RSW, just check everything here. And the response I got from the command line. Can you see the same thing with the date and time? Do you understand? That means I'm good. So all I need to do now is go to check your code and test. Start a test. Can you see everything checked? So that is how you do it. So that's how you continue for the remaining task. It's not hard, you just need to understand how it works. Can you see it now? So if I close it now, the done button would have been clicked. Can you see? It has checked. Do you understand it now? So you should get it like this. I'll send this video to you now on WhatsApp.